True fans live for their team. For those true U of A fans, there is Hughes Federal Credit Union. Show your U of A spirit and put technology and convenience at your fingertips. Hughes Federal Credit Union. Smart choice.
Welcome to Greg Hansen's Video Notebook, brought to you by Hughes Federal Credit Union. I'm Star Sports Editor Ryan Finley, here with Greg Hansen. Greg, biggest sporting event of the week starts Friday night at High Corbett Field. The surging U of A baseball team taking on Arizona State in a renewal of what I think we can both agree may be the best rivalry in the state of Arizona.
In history.
In history.
Yeah, I agree. The games in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s were unparalleled.
Right.
Every now and then the football series superseded it, but over the long haul, the UA-ASU baseball series #1.
I mean, our younger viewers don't know this, I don't think. Arizona once beat ASU in the College World Series finals to win a national championship. If that happened today, it would be 3 days of partying.
But what made that even better was that ASU is clearly the #1 team in the nation that year. They'd beat Arizona 7 consecutive times that year.
Wow.
Including the first round of the World Series.
Wow.
Arizona comes through the losers bracket and beats them, wins their first national title in anything. And you could make a case that was the greatest game in the history of Tucson sports.
Absolutely. I mean, could you imagine, even if it was, say, put it on a different sport and a different rivalry. If Auburn played Alabama for a national championship, that's all we would hear about for a month, right?
And what added to it was ASU always had the combustible coach, Jim Brock, Bobby Winkles, and then the villainous Pat Murphy.
Sure, Pat Murphy, Tucson Padres legend, Pat Murphy, you'd be nice. Zoom ahead to this year. Arizona and ASU, I mean, I think are pretty on par with each other right now. They're separated by a game or two in the standings. They split their 2 non-conference games so far this year. Arizona has, I think, all the momentum, and they're playing at home, but ASU's not bad.
No, they're just like the whole league.
Right.
Everybody's about the same.
Right.
So whether Arizona goes 3-0 or 0-3, I bet there are at least 2 very competitive games, and there should be at least 6,000 people there Friday and Saturday night.
Well, to me, that's the big kind of equalizer in all this, is Arizona has a true home field advantage. Not only the dimensions of High Corbett Field, the way it plays during the summertime, hard infield, stuff like that, but, I mean, if there's even 4,000 people in the stands, it feels like 20. Because, I mean, they're on top of you, they're hounding the other team, cheering on the U of A. I mean, it's a fairly impressive deal, unlike, I think, many other spots in the Pac-12.
I thought the 2 games I went to last weekend when they swept Oregon State, they had about 3,800 both those games. And it was a home field advantage. It was big.
Absolutely. You know, Jay Johnson, I went to the game that you didn't go to. Jay Johnson said to me afterwards, he goes, you know, this is a special place. He goes, this is our mini version of McHale. And even 3,000 or 4,000 fans can really make it feel different than most places in the Pac, where you're getting 1,800 and they're sitting on their hands, you know?
And this is what I will tell you, Sean Miller. You better get there early, because parking is at a premium there.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Unless you want to park at the zoo and walk about a half mile.
You might get lucky to park at the zoo.
You might get lucky to park at the zoo, absolutely. Well, a big baseball series this weekend. Wildcats versus Sun Devils, High Corbett Field, 7 p.m. Friday night. Be there and park close if you can. That'll do it for this episode of Greg Hansen's Video Notebook, brought to you by Hughes Federal Credit Union. For Greg Hansen, all right, who's the most hated Arizona State player of all time?
Player?
Player.
I'd say it's a coach, Frank Cush or Jim Brock.
Okay, in baseball though.
Well, Barry Bonds.
Barry Bonds. See, I'll say I wasn't a big fan of the Ike Davis, Brett Wallace staged fight thing. That would be my thing. That was very Pat Murphy-ish, and I like Pat Murphy, but that was a weird deal. I'm Ryan Finley. We'll see you next time.
True fans live for their team. They buy the gear, they order the tickets, they pay for the seats and the experiences. For those true U of A fans, thankfully there is Hughes Federal Credit Union, offering the latest payment choices such as U of A debit cards, paying online, paying a friend with Pop Money, or using Apple Pay with your mobile phone. Show your U of A spirit and put technology and convenience at your fingertips. Hughes Federal Credit Union, smart choice.